What the hell? Okay. Okay, this was interesting. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Metal Producer Reacts to Weird Shit We See Online. And today we're going to look at Angine de Poitrine. This is a French something. I'm not sure exactly what's the definition for this genre, but apparently they have been everywhere recently. So we're going to look exactly at what they're doing, what makes it work, what makes it not work, and in the end, I'm going to give you my personal opinion. I've never heard them before. Never listened to them. I've seen them everywhere as much as everybody else, and I do really want to look at it from a production point of view to see how I like it, and if I don't, we're going to look at Sarniezz. I guess it's sneeze in French. Excusez-moi, I need to Sarniezz. I'm not looking at the full show. This is almost 30 minutes and I don't want to bore you guys to death, so let's start with something slow, and then if you like it, let me know and I'll cover some other stuff. So, Angine de Poitrine something. Sarniezz. I need to practice my French until the next time. Okay, so basic 4x4. What the hell? Okay. This guitar is weird. Looks like you have... Wow, okay, this is a microtune guitar. I guess this is something custom that he made. Everything about them looks really cool, I gotta say. The polka dots you can see, or the dices here on the side, and they're painted from head to toe. This must take a lot of time before the live shows, but damn, okay, they are very visual. I like it. Okay, I saw stopping. He's probably having a looper. Yeah. You can see his eyes over there inside this big mask. Oh, I can't imagine how hot it must be in this suit. Damn. You have to understand how complicated this is to do what they do here. First of all, he has lots of different pedals that he's controlling simultaneously while he's playing really complicated stuff. Microtunes are basically you have... Wait a second. So basically in a normal guitar, you have 22 or 24 frets, and basically each of them is a note in a distance of one semitone away from one another. So let me get the guitar closer, and then if I move one up, and then one up again, they use something called microtunes, which puts basically extra frets in between some of them. I saw they don't have it on all the guitar, just on specific parts until I guess the 12th fret, so until somewhere like here. And what they do is that they can basically control, like this note, they can play this instead. So this half tune allows them to play something a bit more crazy and creative. So let's continue and see what else we got. Just think, you need to play it perfectly on the first loop, because if you make one mistake, it keeps going on in the next, and the next, and the next. So they have to really memorize it like crazy and play it 1,000 times until they get it completely perfect. And this is hard. This is really, really hard. By the way, he has these cloths on his drums, and this is basically placed there to prevent the vibration of the skins of the drums and mute them. So you can hear the drum when it's hitting on it, but it's muting really, really quick. So it sounds a bit dry. Artistic choice, and it fits this really weird style. Nice. Okay, this is really, really cool. So I was wondering, why are they not developing it into something a bit more interesting and like groovy, but they stretch it just a little bit more to get into this double tempo thing. And wait a second. So yeah, double tempo. They just play the drum beats twice as fast. And this is a really cool transition. Harmonies with the first part. So bass, two harmonies on the guitar playing simultaneously in the looper. This is nice. Okay, this was interesting. Sounds like he has some sort of a vocoder that sits on the guitar notes that he's playing. You have these weird machines, pedals that can emulate some sounds, and when you drive sounds through them, they basically pitch shift based on the notes that you're playing. So I guess this is what they have here.
What the?
See? Cool. Okay, Angine de Poitrine, fucking hell. These guys are wicked good on their instruments. It's so hard to visualize exactly how complicated it is writing things like that, because you need not only to control and understand how to play all the semitones that are being played so on the beat. They are working with the metronome, like 100%. There's no question about it. And switching all the pedals on the floor. That's why he's playing barefoot, so he can have a bit of a better control. And anyone who's played live on a show knows that sometimes shoes are getting in the way. The thought process behind it, it's really interesting. Personally, I wouldn't listen to it like in the gym or something. I'm not a huge fan of instrumental music, and specifically, I'm a metal producer, so that's why I am attracted to more. But understanding this whole idea and the thought process behind creating such intricate and interesting playing that keeps you also engaged, but also sounds very interesting in terms of like a long. How long was it? 5 minutes. So yeah, this is very cool. I see why people like them. This is unique. It's something that AI could probably never reproduce, and I hope it won't, because this is like human ingenuity that it's at its peak, and this is what's making music special. So yeah, I hope they continue doing what they do, and I hope they keep getting more fans, because this is really innovative and really interesting, and I love what they do. It's cool, it's unique, and yeah, the world needs more crazy and interesting stuff, because that's what we do as humans. Yeah, in terms of song structure, mixing wise, obviously it's not complicated. It's just guitar and drums. You also have the bass playing, but this is in loops, so it's all either routed through the same tracks or separately, but this is a very simple mix. And in terms of production, they structured it in a way many instrumental songs are working, which is basically playing one part and then building on top of that. So they started with the bass, added the guitar, then harmonies on top of that, play that until the half point of the song, and then change to a double tempo with some different variations on the guitar and building up on top of that. This is cool. This is cool. It's a fun song, fun thing to listen to. Could be a nice introduction to some heavier stuff if you want to listen to something like Dream Theater or maybe not Meshuggah. This is a bit too much for people who don't know metal. Devin Townsend, things that are a little bit more interesting and complicated, but not as heavy. And also playing with the masks on them and with everything on their heads. They are insanely talented musicians, and kudos to them. Really, really good job. So yeah, that was my review. I think there's not much to say other than what I said about the song. If you'd like me to cover more stuff and talk about them a little bit more in depth, then let me know. And by the way, subscribe. It's not hard. You can do it, and it's pretty easy. So like, subscribe, and let me know. Talk with me in the comments. I'm answering everybody. And until next time, stay heavy.